Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel again. Don't forget to subscribe, like, turn on notification and share my tutorials to your friends. Today we are going to be using our 4.5 millimeter hook. You can use any hook of your choice depending on the project you are doing, our scissors, our seaming needle, and of course some yarn. So I'm going to be teaching you how to increase your crochet stitches. When you are making a project, then you want to make increases. So that's what we're learning today. So as you can see, I've made my knots and I've tied my knots, and I'm going to make a chain of 10 plus extra 2 to make it 10 stitches altogether. And I'm going to be using our double crochet stitch today. So we're just going to do our normal double crochet and work all the way down to the end, and from the second row I'm going to be showing you how to make an increase in your stitches. So that's just me making our normal double crochet in each chain till we get to the end of the row. And that is our last double crochet, and this is what it looks like. We have 10 double crochets in total. So I'm going to be making an increase in the next row, and here is how you do it. You just make your normal 3 chains that stands as a double crochet, but now instead of going into your next stitch like we do normally, we'll go into the same stitch to make an increase. So now I just go into that same stitch to make an increase in our double crochet stitches. That is going to increase from 10 stitches on this row to 12, because we are going to be adding extras at the both ends of our row. So I've added down one extra and I'm working all the way down to the end of the row with our normal double crochet. No increases anywhere for now, except you have a project where you need to increase in the middle. Then you do the same thing we have done at the edges. You just make sure you are making two stitches into one from your previous row. So now we're at the end of our row. That's the second to the last stitch. And now on our last stitch, we are going to be going into it with our normal double crochets. If we weren't making an increase, it would just be the end, but now we're making an increase, so we are adding one more on top of that last double crochet. So now we have 12 stitches in total instead of 10, and this is what it looks like. If you are following, you notice that your work is already increasing on both sides. That's from the first row. Immediately you're already having an increased look. So now we're chaining 3 again. Now we're starting our next row. Chain 3 stands as a double crochet normal, and then you go into that first stitch with another double crochet to make it 2 in 1 on your previous stitch. And now we're working all the way through with our normal double crochet till we get to the end of the row. So I ran out of yarn, and I'm just going to join another color of yarn to it, and I have shown that in my previous videos. You can check my YouTube channel for videos that will teach you how to join new colors of yarn and how you hide them. So I'm at the second to the last stitch, and it might seem a little difficult because of the joining, but just try and work your double crochet. If you're not joining any yarn anywhere, just keep working. Work your normal double crochet, and when you get to the last stitch, you work your 2 in 1 double crochet to make an increase at the end of the row. So now I'm going to So let's just ignore that tail for now. I'm just going to ignore it because there's no room for me to hide it in the way with the walk along hiding method. So now I'm showing you the last stitch, and I'm going to go in with 2 double crochets on it. So that's 1 double crochet and another one into the same stitch. So we have made another increase, and this is our 3rd row, and you can see it's forming a triangle shape sort of. So we're on another row, we've chained 3, and we are going into the 4th stitch with our normal double crochet to make an increase, as you have been doing from row 2, and we'll walk all the way down again with our normal double crochet till we get to the last stitch, and we'll make another 2-in-1 double crochet. So we are at the 2nd to the last stitch, and as usual we're going into our last stitch with 2-in-1 double crochet. So that's our 1st double crochet, and we are going in with the 2nd double crochet to make an increase. Then we chain 3 and go to our next row, and this will be the last row I'm showing you. So to make an increase again, we go into the 4th stitch. Then we continue working our normal double crochets all the way down to the end of the row. And now we have gotten to our 2nd to the last stitch, and we are going into our last stitch with 2 double crochets into 1, and that's the 2nd double crochet. So this is what we have, and because we've been making our increase since our 2nd row, we kind of have like a triangle look forming up, and we have straight sides also. So if you want to make it bigger, you can just continue. If you want to reduce your increases, you can also continue, and that's just me counting what numbers of stitches I have, and this is just how you do it. It's kind of fun. I'm making another row, but that's if you follow the tutorial, it's easy. You can make an increase in any project at all with any stitch you are working with, and that's just how you make it. You add 2 into 1 stitch or 3 into 1 stitch, as many as you want, depending on what you are making. If I want my triangle shape to also close in back, I'll just make a decrease in my stitches, and I have tutorials for that in my channel already. You can also check that. So this is just me walking all the way down to the end of the row to show you the last increase before we yarn off, and that's our 2nd to the last stitch. And this is our last stitch. That's 1 double crochet, and then we'll go in with another one, making 2 double crochets. So we're yarning off, and to yarn off, you chain 1, you cut your yarn, and you pull through it to secure the end. And there you have it, our triangle looking increase double crochets. So our sides are straight, and I think we have about 20 stitches now, and that's because we've made 5 rows of increase, starting with 10 stitches, and we are ending with 20 stitches. So I'm going to weave in my loose ends with my semi needle. You can choose to watch that. If you're already know how to weave in, you can just end the tutorial here. Don't forget to give us a like. Don't forget to share this video to your friends, and thank you for watching. Thank you very, very much for subscribing. Bye.